Welcome to Marketing Monday. Today is Monday, February 1st. Today, I'm going to go through, in my experience, what I think are some of the worst, almost hilariously bad, attempts by my fellow marketers in the gaming industry to get you, the gamer, excited. But what may be even more important is that we are now in Biden's America. And I think the worst fears that we have come true. He is planning to send death squads after all YouTubers who don't get 100K subs by April. That's why if you're watching this video, I need you to turn that red button to gray immediately. If I don't get 100K quickly, this could be it for me and my content. So please turn that red button to gray, save a life. Let's start off with some honorable mentions, beginning with the Sega Genesis. There was a theme to a lot of 90s ads. There was so little understanding that it was just assumed that every video gamer was a horny 13-year-old boy. This is what I'm talking about. The more you play with it, the harder it gets. You sit there, eyes glued to the writhing arcade quality graphics, pulling and squeezing your knob. Now you're breathing heavy over the digital stereo sound. Now you're shooting all over the place, but it's no use. Game over. An actual ad for the Sega Genesis. I don't understand it. It truly is a terrible ad. It would be higher on my list, but it's old. Let me give you another one. This is the Sega Game Gear, which is around at the same time as the Genesis. Something to do with your hands that won't make you go blind. What parent is buying this for their child? Now you can play with yourself for hours with the Sega's handheld full-color game system. It will fulfill your wildest fantasies. What the fuck? This is one, if you've watched one of my previous videos on the most overhyped games of all time, you'll remember. The famous Daikatana ad. John Romero's about to make you his bitch. And it says, suck it down. This game was delayed as long as Cyberpunk and flopped even harder. The fact that he said, I'm going to make you my bitch, and then delayed the game 12 times, the game is terrible, flops on release, and bankrupts his studio. You didn't make anybody your bitch. Actually, I'm sorry. I found this great article. John Romero is so sorry about trying to make you his bitch. There was like an interview where he's like, yeah, I really regret that particular ad. There is the Sega Saturn and the Game Boy Pocket, who both went with the same theme. I guess we wonder why no women played games until recently. Anyway, this is the one where it says, in case you didn't notice, there's a beautiful naked woman on this page. Because I was so distracted by Sega Saturn's amazing 32-bit graphics, is the idea. What a welcoming ad. And then this one is even crazier because the Game Boy Pocket was really a kid's device. Resident Evil was launching in the UK and they thought, we need to make a big splash. We need to do a public, in-person marketing stunt. They decided they would have a contest where they would hide fake but real-looking dismembered body parts all over London. And then if you found one, took it to the London Bridge and waved it around, they would spy you with binoculars and come down and give you a prize. That was their idea. And you ended up with a bunch of incel-looking motherfuckers walking around London holding body parts. And the police had to get involved. And you know what? This, of all of the ads, again, almost all the ones I'm going to talk about coming up, the company said, oh, we're sorry. They did the classic, oh, we really missed the mark on this one. We had great intentions, but we really missed the mark. Capcom, who publishes Resident Evil, was like, yeah, we loved it. That went great. They reported that when they went to collect them all, 4 heads, 2 arms, and 3 legs were just missing. Never found. So somebody just kept it. Somebody found it, didn't do the prize, and just kept it, which is altogether creepy. Acclaim in 2002 was releasing a game called Shadow Man: The Second Coming, and they had an idea to promote it. they would go around to poor families and pay to advertise on their gravestones. And they specifically noted in the announcement that it would be poor families because they'd be the most likely to take the money. Nobody agreed to do it. They just announced they were going to do it and maybe hoped it would generate good PR. It didn't. And in fact, this gravestone is a perfect metaphor because Acclaim filed for bankruptcy in 2004. This game was 2002. This was 2004. EA wanted to create controversy. They wanted to create controversy really bad. For the launch of Dante's Inferno, if you guys remember Dante's Inferno. So what they did was at E3, they paid a bunch of fake protesters to show up.
Do you like this game? No. Is it dumb? Yes. It is. Yes, it is.
You can't just march into that game with some sort of axe and kill people. Hell is a real place, you know.
You can't stop laughing. The protest worked too well. Yeah, that's why the game didn't sell. This protest was too popular. Everyone was too afraid. They didn't want to go to hell. That's why they didn't buy the game. Wow. Next up, this one's a little bit different. This one's like an entire product because I can't think of a single part of this that wasn't marketed poorly. I am, of course, talking about the Wii U. After the Wii U launched, they realized, as anyone could have told them, that most consumers didn't know the difference between the Wii U and the Wii. They didn't know it was a new console. They didn't know if it was a dongle that attached to the Wii. They didn't know if they needed it or not. They had no idea. And so this ad, and there was commercials with it too, was all about the Wii U difference, explaining this was a new console, and new controller. Please, guys, it's a new thing. I'm sorry we didn't make that clear. I'm sure that the Series X and the Series S will have to do something similar in a few months when they realize that Sony's kicking their ass. You guys know I've been playing a lot of Hitman on the channel. Well, this is an ad for Hitman Absolution that was probably one of the worst things near the top of my list. One of the worst ads I've ever seen in my life. They created an app for Facebook. This is 2012, so Facebook was still pretty boomery. You could call in a hit on your friends. So you type in your friend's name and then say how you could identify with them from a drop-down list that included her big ears, her muffin top, her hairy legs, her small This is real. And then they would get this thing that says, I hope you get killed by a hitman. I just hired Agent 47 to put a hit on you. And I don't think it's a surprise that Hitman Absolution is the worst selling and overall just worst Hitman game, I think, of all time. Absolution was absolute dog shit. Like, if I did this for Stans, I said, Stans, Agent 47 is going to kill you, you have a small dick. That's, I guess he snorts. That's funny, I guess. But if, like, there's someone the internet doesn't like and they send them a million Agent 47 death threats and said you have hairy legs and a muffin top, it's just really terrible, right? It's just not cool at all, and you don't want your brand to be associated with that. I'm going to talk about a product that I think was great that had really bad marketing. They really didn't know what they were doing. And that, of course, is the PSP. It's one of the most racist ads I've ever seen. This was a black woman getting, like, gripped by the throat by, like, a domineering white woman that says white is coming. It really is like a terrible racist ad. There was, like, a subtle bit of racism through almost all of the PSP ads. I'm going to show you one, but you can literally look up all of the squirrel ads, and they all use, like, racist, stereotypical tropes.
Oh, no way! You got a new PSP with a crazy widescreen LCD! Yeah, you can play games on it, movies, music.
What the fuck? The PSP is a beautiful, sleek, portable device that can play movies, had the best graphics of and this is what they show. I truly believe in my mind that marketing is one of the main culprits that killed the PSP. What I think is one of the worst series of ads of all time was the commercial for Dead Space 2. It was a serious, M-rated, mature-themed horror game that universally was loved by the press. And they followed it up with Dead Space 2 and this ad campaign from EA.
Okay.
Okay, welcome.
Welcome. How come you're not real sitting in front of me? because I want to be able to introduce this footage to you that I'm going to show you of this brand new video game. First impressions?
Oh, yeah, I'll show you my opinion. This is, it's gross. I hated it.
Again, this is an M-rated game. Most people buying it were over 18. They didn't need their mom's permission. It had nothing to, like, they weren't even thinking about their mom. And also, they're just torturing these moms. Like, they don't want to watch it. It was a bit of an L.
Life isn't all about money. Nah, family, health, happiness, those are the important things. How much will it cost to keep this from your mother?
$39.95. That's all you need.
Fuck based. I can't believe that's real for Nintendo. Xbox 360, everybody's doing it.
And girls are doing it with other girls. Some get together in groups and do it. Some like deeper penetration when they do it. Some...
What I think people need to understand about an ad like this, at the end of the day, there's what your front brain hears, which is like, oh, I get it. I get the joke. And then there's what the deeper part of your brain remembers and like imprints. And all you get from this is old creepy guy talking about sex. Just show some footage of your game, dude. Just show the game. A Canadian games ad. Oh, this will be good.
Call of Duty.
Advanced Warfare. Xbox One.
Copy that.
Stop. Stop and clap. Because I've never seen better acting in my entire life. Canada, you've done it again. The Oscar goes to all three of you, a three-way tie. I felt like I'm there in an EB Games, feeling slightly creeped out.
And now a real Japanese guy from a really big Japanese company.
しかもこんなサクなゲームにサクビクたい嫌ですホーミー母親は悪い子は決して褒めませんちょっと誰か日蓮さんのビデオお願い
The press, the entire gaming industry is salivating all over this one. Yeah, Namco held nothing back from this puppy, except maybe the driver's side airbag.
おお本当に素晴らしいゲームですよね
You'll call it Tekken. That's Japanese for, I'm gonna use your face to clean the toilet.
There's too much. There's 6 more minutes of this, but god damn, I get the formula. He does something weird, and then the guy comes in with a monster truck voice and says, "You're too much of a pussy to enjoy our new games." How was that bad? I mean, everything about that was great. Zelda's marketing was weird as fuck in Japan. Let's see. I'm gonna tell my kids this was K-pop. Bad Xbox ad.
You guys loved our last video using a high-speed...
Oh, very funny. Bad Xbox ad. Very funny. This ad's great. It has 7.8 million views. This is a phenomenal ad by a phenomenal team of marketers.
Wow. My girl Peach is in.
I'm ready. DK's in. This is gonna be bananas.
I gotta get one.
Go get your mom and get one so you can get in.
All right, I gotta go.
Dude, why was the lead actor of every Wii U commercial like, yeah, like young Mark Zuckerberg? He's a grinder. Uh-oh, I forgot I filmed this. I forgot when I was younger. They just did a documentary on my life. I forgot that Steve from Stranger Things was bullying me. So I grinded my Mario amiibo.
I wish I had another amiibo. A new challenger approaches. Pikachu.
Use amiibo with Super Smash Brothers for Wii U and Mario Kart 8.
What
More games to come. Games rated ET.
The real story of this is that how Joe here was able to get a job on Stranger Things despite having this in his resume. I assume if anybody on that show saw this, he would have been fired on the spot, but he must have buried it. Thank you for watching. Tune in next week for more Marketing Monday.